Hi, I'm Tiana Sirmans, and today I'm here at the Barnes & Nobles in the Christiana Mall with a special guest. She's a 12-year-old motivational speaker, author, and kid entrepreneur. It's Arianna Fox. So, we met the other day at the Delaware Press Association's awards banquet, and you were winning some awards, and I could not wait to talk to you today. We're here for your book signing, and so what is the name of your book?
So my first book is called my first book is technically The Princess Chronicles, which is this one, and it's basically about, it's a children's book about these princesses that are learning kindness and friendship and forgiveness and all those important qualities.
Okay.
And my second one is False Awakening, which is a sci-fi novel for teens, tweens, and young adults, and it's about a man who's in a dream within a dream within a dream.
Wow, that sounds like an interesting book. So, what inspired you to make those two books?
Well, I've always had a passion for writing, and I've always loved to write no matter what. So it was just one day I was with the Princess Chronicles. I've actually always been trying to, write that ever since I was 6. I actually wrote that. I actually started writing that when I was 6, and. But for False Awakening, the idea for that was when I was looking at lucid dreams, and I was looking at, basically it's when you're in a dream. And so basically I was like, wow, this is a really interesting subject, and it was actually my parents that suggested, you should make a book about that. So that was actually the inspiration for both of those, but inspiration for writing in general, just like I've always loved writing. That's my biggest passion, so.
Tell me a little bit about your writing process with writing both of these books.
Well, the process is definitely being ramped up in the newest book. Basically, I just wrote most of it, and then we re-edited it with the second book, The False Awakening, the novel. We actually started to go through a regular publisher, but then it kind of dropped through with the publishing, so we had to self-publish. But basically the process was I wrote it, we all re-edited it, and when we were doing the publisher, we actually had an editor, a professional editor, go through my book. And that was brutal, but it was awesome nonetheless.
When did you first realize you wanted to write?
That is a very good question, and it's a question that it's very hard for me to answer because I've been writing as long as I can remember. I've been always, even before I started to write stories, I've always been making up characters and doing production and pretend things and stuff, and I still do that, but, basically just always been kind of writing and being creative, so I honestly don't know what inspired me to first start writing. It's just always been a thing for me.
Same. That is the same thing with me.
That's awesome.
So, how long did it take to write both of these books?
So for the first one, The Princess Chronicles, it actually didn't take long at all since it's a small children's book. Yeah. So when I was around 6, I actually started writing it, and then I finished writing it. But it took years and years to get the right illustrator to illustrate the book because it you have to totally be, since it's a children's book, it has to have illustrations. So that took forever. But then for False Awakening, that took, I'm gonna say maybe about. That took maybe about, I'm going to say, a year or so to actually write it, and then it took kind of a while to edit it as well.
What do you do in your free time when you're not writing or in school?
So for indoor stuff, I usually like to play computer games. There are these 2 games that I really like. One is called Pirate 101, and one is called The Aetherlight, Chronicles of the Resistance. It's a steampunk flavored. It's actually really cool. But yeah, so I like to play games, go on forums, social media and stuff. And then also for outdoor activities and stuff, I love, roller skating, inline skating. I love inline skating. And then also going to the park and all kinds of stuff. So we have lots of activities and stuff that we love doing as a family too. But yeah. Oh, and then also, I was going to say also, my daddy and I both are actually EDM music makers, electronic dance music. So we actually make that in our spare time too. So.
That sounds cool. And so, how do you manage such a busy schedule?
Well, I'm actually homeschooled, so it makes things a lot more flexible with everything that we're doing, all the speaking events and stuff like that. I can use certain times to practice and things like that. So it actually makes things extremely flexible and awesome and helpful. But yeah, and then it's just managing all the proper things, and
Yeah.
even on the forums I had to kind of take out a few things that I was doing so that way I could have a little less on my plate. But it's just really managing and balancing kind of thing.
And what does your family think of all these amazing things you're doing?
Well, my family is the most supportive ever. I am so grateful and thankful for my family. They're the best, and absolutely the most, not only supporting and loving what I do, but also helping me out with it, like editing my books too, and even helping me craft my speech and things like that.
What are some of your future dreams for yourself?
Honestly, just to keep writing more books. Also to keep speaking more, since I'm an inspirational speaker, but particularly to write more books, because I never want to stop writing. So probably to write more books. Also, one of my nearest future goals is my book that I'm actually writing right now, and I'm in the plotting/writing phase of it, is Saber Black, and it's a new novel that I'm starting to put together. So I can't wait for that to be published.
Hey, and I can't wait to read it.
Awesome! Yay!
Besides that, what's next?
Just kind of playing it by ear, and also looking out for opportunities to speak and to write, and things like that. So there's nothing really upcoming yet, but we're always on the lookout. Always on the lookout for opportunities.
How can people contact you if they want to learn more about your books or you?
So basically, I'm on all social media channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, as Arianna Fox, or at like that handle AFox author. I also, on a few of them, I do have Big Ideas Kid Coaching, or Arianna Fox at the handle at Big Ideas KC. And then also you can email us at afox at, like the at symbol, Arianna Fox, AriannaFox.com. And then you can also visit my website, ariannafox.com, or as it says right there, bigideaskc.com.
Thank you for letting me interview
Absolutely,
you.
thank you. It's such an honor.
You're welcome. This is Tiana Sirmans, and today I was here with the motivational speaker, author, and kid entrepreneur Arianna Fox. Until next time.